This is a tutorial to help you with the onset and rhyme that you're going to be working with in this set. All the onset and rhymes in this particular set and this binder are short sounding vowels. Once you get to them, there is no sound. You can turn your volume up all you want. You're not going to find any sound at all. I want you to say the sounds into your drag and dictate, and then I can hear them next time you come to class. I'm going to give you some tips on using this and why some of the sounds you may not hear or you think you hear are not really what you hear. A term we need to become familiar with is allophonic variation. When we talk, our tongue helps us form the sounds, and the tongue in doing this will make some sounds hard to pick up or sound like they are a long vowel when they are actually a short sounding vowel. We will get into this in more depth in a later lesson, but it is good to know for now. The action of the tongue and speaking is called co-articulation. The result of this is a sound called an allophone, which is a nice way of saying it sounds different than we think it should. When you open up one of the file or tabs in the binder, you will see down here you'll see the L and the IP. What will happen is when you click, the L will move. When you see a picture, that is a real word. Okay, and that I tried to find the best pictures I could to represent it. Sometimes it's not easy, and sometimes what I think is a good picture may not be what you guys can understand or what you think would be a good picture. But down here in the lower right corner, we see the IP. The IP will always make the same sound. It will be the front letter that changes, the one in blue. The IP is called the rhyme. The L is called, or the other colored letter, the one on the left, is called the onset. When you click, it moves, and you should say l, ip, lip. Okay? And that IP is always going to make the same sound. The difference will be the one in the front, the different colored letter. And of course we know that there is such a thing as a lip. In fact, couldn't find just one lip that I like, so you have a set of lips there. But again, this is onset and rhyme. The letter on the left is called the onset. The two letters on the right is called the rhyme. And you will see several of them. If there is no picture, you are just working on forming consonants. And some of these words make no sense at all. Well, why learn them? Because take the word gadget. 2 syllables. G-A-D makes no sense at all. But when you put the G-A-D with the syllable G-E-T, gadget, now we have a small tool. So this will help you in your reading later on. Make sure you're working on this. And the L is a liquid, but when it forms at the front, it doesn't bother things as much as when it's after the vowel. Here's another one. Duh is the onset, or D, which makes the duh sound. And the A-T, at, no picture, so we know dat is a nonsense word. When it starts to move, duh, at, dat. You'll say them separate and then blend them together. The next one is add. Just A-D, add, add. And then when you get to the onset and rhyme for add, it will have a letter over here on the left-hand side. The AD will be over on the right-hand side, lower right-hand side. And if there's a picture, it's a word. If it's not, it's a nonsense word. Ud, Think of your individual sounds that we've worked on, and then put them then blend them together. Ud. Now, here's one that deals with an allophonic variation. Anytime you have an M and N, an L and R, an NG or a G after a vowel, it will affect the sound. And what you might want to do with the N and the M is plug your nose as you say it. That may help you a little bit. Some people it does, some people it doesn't. But when I say in, the N starts to take over the sound of the I. So it's harder to hear. But if you go ed and plug your nose, that may help you separate them a little bit. And of course, that's going to be the rhyme. The onset will be somewhere else. Will be on the left-hand side. Op, op, op. And I don't want to hear the puh, because that brings the schwa sound in. It's just a push of air. P. No vocal cords, just p, up. And it may be hard to hear all this, but just keep working on it. Ag, ag, ag. Now here, the G definitely affects the A in that allophonic variation. Our tongue is trying to move to get the next sound out, and because of that, the A sounds long. That'll be the same thing as if it was egg, E-G-G. The E sounds long. It's not. It's just the way it's coming from our mouth because of the co-articulation or the movement of the tongue. This is ag, ag. Okay? And that is the rhyme. That'll be in the lower right-hand corner. Un, n, un. And again, there's that in. I could have had an M there. It would have been, the same thing. So you might want to plug your nose so you can help hear it. Ed, ed. And that's always going to stay the same. Odd, odd. And we also have a word called odd, but you know what? It's spelt with two D's. This is just a rhyme. It's not a word by itself.